There are a couple of different ways you can engage in the CRP program. First is the continuous program, CRP enrollment, that's available at any time during the year. There's also a general enrollment that happens, and that's targeting specific kinds of acres. That enrollment period ends July 23rd for those who are interested. Now, CRP General and CRP Continuous are both full set-aside programs. There are quite severe restrictions on grazing for those particular acres. There's also the CRP Grassland program. That has a little more flexibility with respect to how you use the land for grazing, and in return, it's a little lower rental rate. Here in Oklahoma, the CRP Grassland program might compete with our regular pasture rental. So if you're an owner of land and you're not sure which direction to go, either to put it in something like a CRP Grassland or just to rent it out to your neighbors for grazing, you might look at the comparison of the rental rates for those two things. According to a recent study, the average pasture rental rate here in Oklahoma is a little over $15 per acre. A big change in CRP Grassland this year is that there's a minimum rental rate of $15 per acre for the CRP Grassland program. In addition, western Kansas, the Oklahoma Panhandle, and parts of the Texas Panhandle are also in a priority zone, meaning potentially an added $5 per acre on that rental rate for the contracts. This makes CRP Grassland a really viable consideration for landowners who are considering what to do with their grassland in 2021. The CRP Grassland program opens July 12th and goes all the way out through August, the end of August, for sign up. If you might be interested in that program, producers need to contact their local Farm Service Agency office since they administer the program. They'll put in an application, basically offering their acres for the CRP program, and all those different applications will be ranked based on factors specifically associated with that land. Then they'll get back a contract that includes the conservation practices that would be expected for CRP acres, and they'll be able to make that decision of whether or not to enroll in the program for the next year.